Okay, sixth graders. So in lesson 5-6, we're going to talk about some questions that you have to answer when you're given a situation and you have to find the remaining amount to answer the question. The answer is the remaining amount. Okay? So what do I mean by remaining amount? Well, let's look at this first question on your sheet. It says, Yuri starts with a 40-inch strip of wicker. Wicker is like, what's what you make a basket out of? Yeah, it's a natural plant that you use to make stuff with. Okay, so he cuts a 12 3/4 inch piece and a 10 1/8 inch piece from the strip. Does he have enough left to cut two 5 3/8 inch pieces? All right. The question is, does he have enough left to make what he needs? Now, if we were to draw a model of this, you could draw a piece or draw a box that represents the first amount. Okay? 40 inches. Then it says he cuts a 12 3/4 inch piece. And then he cuts another 10 3/4 inch piece. Nice. Pay attention. And so, how would we find the remaining amount of the 40 inches? How would we find the remaining amount? There's more than one way to do this. How would you find it, Amelia?
Add the two together, and then subtract it from 40. Okay,
so adding the two amounts together, that'll give us the total amount that was cut. See if I can find my... No, the pen for the Phoenician board. Here it is. So, adding these two together, everyone do that now. On your notes, add 12 3/4 plus 10 1/8.
Can we do it in decimals, then convert the decimal into a fraction when we get the answer?
Not this time. Since we're practicing adding mixed numbers, we have to use the fractions. Okay? So go ahead and add those together. What do you have to do first with the fractions? Arthur.
What?
Listen. I just asked a question. What do you have to do first with the fractions?
Find a common denominator.
Okay, good. Let's find a common denominator. Go ahead.
You can do 32.
Okay, you could do 32. There's a smaller one.
Oh, 8.
8, yeah, because 4 goes into 8, and that way we could just leave this as 1/8. So we just need to convert 3/4 to 8. What would we do? What would we do? And you should be doing this in your notes. Will?
So you times the 4 by 2 and then divide it, so it's 6/8.
Good. Got ahead of myself. So it's 6/8 plus 1/8. 7/8. Adding the fractions. And then add the whole numbers.
22 7/8.
Shania?
22 and 7/8.
Good. Now, what does that number mean? Explain what this number means up to this point in our problem. Tommy?
That is like, there's 18 inches left because there's 22.
Okay, that's not going to help us to say it is about 18 inches left. Okay?
There's 17 and 1.
No. What does that tell us so far in the problem? This is how. What does this number mean?
That's the answer.
No, it's not the answer. That's how much has been.
Used.
But raise your hand and wait, David. That's how much has been. Go ahead. Used or cut off. That's the amount that's been cut off. Okay? Now, what's the remaining amount? What would we do to find the remaining amount? Tom? No, what would we do? You gotta answer my question. What would we do to find the remaining amount?
You would fill in the 7/8 and then you would add 17.
What do you mean fill in the...
You would add 1/8 to 8/8 and then you would add 17. And then you get 40 inches.
Okay, but to find the difference, we'd have to subtract. Okay? To find the remaining amount, we have to subtract.
Yeah, 17 1/8.
Okay? But we don't have any pieces yet to subtract. So how would you make more pieces? How would you make pieces? And 8/8. Yep. So now we have pieces. 8/8 minus 7/8 is 1/8, and 39 minus 22 is 17. Okay. Now, 17 and 1/8 inches is the remaining amount. Now answer the question. Now, what is? Go back and find the question, Ben. We just put this away. Doesn't look like it. What is the question?
What is 12 and 3?
No.
Well, the question is, does he have enough to cut to 5 and 3/8 inches?
Okay. Now, could we answer that using estimation?
Yeah.
Could we answer that using estimation?
Yes.
What could we round those numbers to? 5 and what?
Oh, wait, what? 5 and 3/8.
5 and 3/8. What's the closest amount to 5 and 3/8 that we could easily round and add? 5 and a half. Yeah, 5 and 3/8. The fraction 3/8 is closest to 4/8 versus 0 and 1. So 3/8 is close to 4/8, which is 1/2. And so we could round those to 5 and a half. What's 5 and a half plus 5 and a half?
7.
5 plus 5.
No, 11.
Good, it's 11. And we have 17 and an 1/8 inches remaining. Do we have enough? Yeah, we have plenty. Yep. We only need about... So answer the question.
Yes.
You would need about how much? Yes, we only need about
10 or 11?
which one? 11. So go ahead and write that down,
Wait, so yes.
Alyssa.
Yes, you only need 11
You only need 11.
on the homework?
That's on the homework. That's what we're doing. You only need 11, and we have 17 and 1/8 inches. Yep. Okay, number 2. What does number 2 say? This one's a little bit different, but we're still comparing amounts. Now in this one, what I want you to do is to draw your models on the sheet using the lines. So on your sheet you have the question, and then you have the lines. And I want you to use those lines to draw a model. It says, Shauna makes a coaster for her basket. She uses 4 pieces of wicker. The first piece is 6 inches long, so we can make one strip that is 6 inches. The second piece is 3/4 inch longer than the first piece. How do you draw that? 3/4 of an inch longer than the first. Tommy?
6 3/4.
Yeah, just draw below the line, draw one that's a little bit longer, and label it 6 3/4. The third piece is 7/8 shorter than the first. 7/8 shorter. How would you figure out how long that one is?
You subtract.
David?
You subtract.
Subtract what?
3
This
6.
is the first piece.
Then the first one is it?
This is the second piece. Then the third piece is,
Oh, you subtract 6 inches minus 7/8.
yep, 6 minus 7/8. And then what's the process? What's the process? How would we do this?
Oh,
Addie? What's the process for subtracting 6 minus 7/8? Do you have any pieces? So we have to make this 5 and 8/8 minus 7/8. What is that?